Welcome to Nerds Explain It All. I'm Zach.
I'm Lance.
And I'm Steven.
And we're back, guys. We're back doing some trailer talk this week.
It's been a good 6 months.
It's been a long time.
It's been a while.
Who's clicking on their mouse?
Me?
Not me.
It's me.
Stop it.
Okay.
Way to go.
So Skype is a new thing for us. We used to all sit around a table and record this, and now we're through the wonders of the internet and the 21st century. We're all in separate locations recording a podcast from us to you.
Yep.
Now you know.
Who's going to say
Hello from the future.
I thought someone was going to say, and knowing is half the battle. I'm disappointed.
G.I. Joe.
All right. We'll see
From the future.
Another thing is you guys might not have known, I heavily edited most of our old podcasts. I'm trying not to do that this time around, but we'll see how bad this goes and how much I have to clean up. So,
Okay.
We'll clear out all the Muppet talk.
edit all the awkward pauses, add in some canned laughter, that kind of thing. So, all right, moving on. Last week, we saw the premiere of the Star Wars The Force Awakens trailer. It is actually a teaser trailer, and I think that's what it's very divisive around the internet, it seems to be. It seems like everything nowadays in nerd culture is very divisive. What did you think of it, guys? I personally was let down. Lance, what did you think? Quick thought. We'll go around to Steve, and then we'll all go into detail.
I was kind of meh about it, kind of unimpressed.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Steve?
I liked it.
So why Lance and I were a little let down. Steve liked it. I'll just go over a couple points real quick. It's really short, but it's a teaser, so I understand why. It's not a full trailer.
True.
Okay, the episode 1. I hold the episode 1 first trailer is one of the best trailers ever made, and it's even better when you consider how the actual movie turned out, how good they made it look. So what did we learn in this trailer? You know, like we didn't see anything.
We weren't supposed to learn anything. It was a teaser. It's teasing. That's the whole point.
It's J.J. Abrams in a stupid mystery box. The guy doesn't want to reveal anything. Like, okay, you know the Star Trek 2009 teaser where they're like building the Enterprise and you hear like all these space quotes? Mm-hmm. That's a good teaser right there. The Super 8. That's a good teaser right there. You know?
Yeah,
like,
this I didn't feel teased for anything. It was just like, it was basically like, hey, we're making a Star Wars movie. Here's some things that we're going to let you see. I was like, I'm not teased by anything. I'm not excited about anything. I mean, I'm excited that there's a new Star Wars, but like this trailer does not get me excited about what's about this movie.
I think what they needed, and I did like the trailer, but I think what they needed was at the end just to show how Luke say something and come out of the shadow or something.
Exactly.
Something that would really be like, oh my god!
If they wanted to do a true teaser in the style of the Star Trek teaser and the Super 8 teaser, because it's the Bad Robot crew that's making this. You know, I would say like you come down. I like how it started out in the desert. You know, Tatooine is a Star Wars staple, right?
Yep.
Then I'm thinking you just pan over the sand dunes, you know, and you see the twin suns, and you see like this cloaked figure, and then you kind of zoom in on him, and he turns on his lightsaber, and it's a green lightsaber, and you see it's Luke with a beard. People would lose their shit over that. That would be amazing.
I would have a completely different take if that were the trailer.
Yeah, and that's
a good point.
It could be half as long. You know?
It has him looking out over the
twin suns.
Yeah.
Setting, and then he just turns around and it's Luke. It's freaking Luke.
And you're like
Luke Skywalker.
And it's like, man, it's 30 years later, and that really gets the point across. Because a problem I had with this trailer is there's no context for anything. Well, I understand why they've kind of removed the episode numbers, because they're kind of getting away from that, because that was such a big part of the prequels, which people don't like. So I understand why they're distancing themselves from that. But the uninitiated, if you will, they're going to be like, "What is this? Is this a video game? Is this a prequel?
Yeah,
because
people don't know anything. Like they didn't know it was a Star Wars thing until they saw the Millennium Falcon.
Did you guys notice the dish?
Yes, it's like a square now, a rectangle. Yeah. I also noticed it looked very CGI.
Well, what do you expect?
It looked like a cutscene from Rogue Squadron. Okay, I mean you can really tell the difference between a physical model and CGI, in my opinion.
And I think that was the moment that should have been a person. They had like, oh look, it's the ship that we all knew of and we knew and loved.
Yeah,
and like that. And is it just me, or was that guy in the X-wing that was the Captain Solo? Can you read?
Oh, he looked just like I think Jev, right? Red
that,
2. God, how do I know that?
The point is, like, who knows? Like, who the fuck was that guy? We don't know. Like, there was, as Zach was saying, there's no context.
Steve, that's a great point, because we've seen the ship so much in video games and other stuff. Like, you haven't seen Mark Hamill as Luke Skywalker since Return of the Jedi. So if you see that, you're like, holy crap, that's amazing.
And more than Leia or Han or Chewie or whatever, that's the one people would be like, oh my gosh, I'm excited, because you can really tell.
He's got a lightsaber. I don't know. I understand why they wanted to kind of they want this to stand on its own 2 feet, so I get it. I get it. I mean, I like the first shot of what's his name from Attack of the Block. Lance, what's his name?
Boyega.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was cool. You know, is he a stormtrooper? Is he in disguise? I mean, like, if you saw a trailer for Star Wars in 1977, you'd see clips of Han and Luke in stormtrooper outfits. That doesn't mean they're stormtroopers.
Yeah, but theirs didn't fit.
Who knows if he's on the run? You know, I mean, he's a main character. Obviously,
he was combing the desert.
Right. We ain't found shit. Like, seriously, tell me you thought of Spaceballs.
I sure did.
I love that.
You know that
Those pictures, like every time, because you like when you look for it, when you search for this video, like the first thing you see is a picture of him, like in the stormtrooper outfit in the desert. I mean, that's what it looks like. It's just like we ain't found shit.
I love the internet because you can count on the internet. Like within 5 minutes, there's going to be memes,
exactly,
and all kinds of stuff and videos. You know that's Tuvok, by the way, the guy that says that.
Yeah,
it's Tim Russ.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, everyone knows that.
Oh,
well, in this small
all of
group
us
that we're part of.
Yeah, we know that.
Now, did you know that he was also played the principal on iCarly?
I did know that.
Didn't even know iCarly was a thing. What is that?
It's a
What,
Disney
iCarly?
show.
Miranda Cosgrove?
She was in School of Rock.
But, okay, well, let's get down to it. Lightsaber. What'd you guys think?
That was terrible.
That was really weird.
When I first saw it, I was like, oh. But as I thought about it, I'm like, I see what... I mean, it's something different, and they're trying to pull the same thing that they did with the dual-bladed lightsaber, which everyone...
That's different, though, because that makes sense, and it's more functional than this. This just looks weird. Like, the double-bladed lightsaber, that was something that we've never, like, seen before, never really thought of before, but when you see it, it's like, that makes sense. This looks stupid.
Agreed. Now, if you guys remember, I don't know how big of spoiler junkies you were back in the prequels, but before the prequels came out, before Attack of the Clones came out, there was a lot of rumors that Dooku was going to have a scimitar-looking saber, although his hilt was kind of tilted. That was neat.
You know, I have the Dooku FX.
Yeah, exactly. So you know how the hilt's kind of
amazing.
Tilted, you know, the initial rumor was like the blade was actually going to look like that, and that was a horrible idea then. And this is a horrible idea now. Like, I guess they're trying to do some like old broadsword look with like they look more like exhaust ports, to be honest, than actual blades. So I'll allow that, but I don't know.
Did you guys see the Stephen Colbert explanation?
No. What was that?
Okay. So people are all like, if you like are locking blades and they slide down, they're going to chop that off and into your hand. But he explained, okay, it doesn't just start at those plastic pieces. It has a splitter crystal inside it's one fluid thing when you see it there. So that sort of makes sense. So it makes sense to me. I just don't really like the look of it, the hilt. But what I do like, go back and look at pictures of that thing. If you look at the blade, it looks different. It looks like
a different blade. Yeah.
It's dangerous. Darth Vader's blade was basically just the red version of his original Anakin blade. This one, it's dangerous. It's out of control. It could do as much damage as to the person wielding it as to the person they're fighting, and that's the dark side.
I agree, Steve. I think the only way this will work is if it's like this is like the Excalibur of lightsabers. It's like some mystic, like original Sith lightsaber that like has been discovered. You know, and
that'd be cool.
Absolutely.
I think it needs to be one of a kind. It needs to be unique because you can't just have people running around with all these different lightsabers. You know, like Darth Maul, he was the only guy with a double-bladed lightsaber. And that was great. At the time. And now, well, I don't count the expanded universe, and neither does J.J. Abrams. So,
yeah.
Years wasted, guys, reading all that stuff. But, I think it definitely has a different look to it, so I really hope that's a plot point and not just, like, a cool special effect point. Yeah. Of all the things, that's definitely... the lightsaber was one, and then, of course, the other one was the rolling ball droid, whatever that is, who people are already getting tattoos of, which I thought was...
What?
Steve sent us this picture of someone with a tattoo. I thought it was fake, but someone really got
it's
that.
real.
That's the equivalent of getting a Jar Jar tattoo after the episode 1 trailer. It's ridiculous. Yep. But it's crazy he would put something like that in there because that's so special edition George Lucas. You know, that little goofy droid. I don't know. I assume that's going to be our new R2-D2.
But no, there were goofy droids in the original one. They've always been there. It's cute. It's for kids. I enjoyed it. I don't really. It was like, why is it such a big deal?
I'm not that offended by it. People seem to be throwing a fit about it, but I mean,
like if that's a main character, we're
yeah, that might be. And people, there's so much because we have no context. People are like, is this Ridley's droid? Daisy Ridley, is this her droid? They establish, the three main leads are John Boyega, Daisy Ridley, and then Oscar Isaacs is the guy in the X-wing. The guy you said looks like the Rogue 2. This is Rogue 2.
Maybe
Repeat,
it's son.
I found them.
Repeat, I found
them.
No, but what I'm hoping that they're going to do is, and maybe I don't know when they're going to release the first trailer, but before that they do like teaser 2, where it's okay. We've got none of the new people now. It's all about Leia, Han, and Luke, and that's the one where people are going to be like, "Oh yeah, that's the stuff."
I agree because we waited. Well, since Episode 3, it's been 10 years, right?
Yeah,
so we've waited that long for this trailer, but since Return of the Jedi, it's been over 30 years. So it's like you've been waiting over 30 years for it. This should have been like, this is probably the most anticipated trailer to anything ever.
That's true. And they should have had Luke in it. They should have had. Yeah. Or maybe it's all Peter Mayhew all the time.
to really make a statement, they should have had Luke. I completely agree.
I agree.
So Steve, at the end of the day, you liked it more than we did. I mean, we're just nitpicking, but we're nerds. We nitpick.
Yeah.
That could be our new slogan, right?
And we're nerd picking. But I mean, I just, I looked past all that stuff, and, in the end, I'm still excited about the movie, but I am not as excited about it as I am about our second topic.
Mm-hmm. Jurassic World.
Jurassic World. Can we go ahead and start that?
Absolutely. We are all children of the 90s, okay? And Jurassic Park was like a seminal moment in our development. Like, it just, that was right in the sweet spot of us growing up, that coming out. And, it just revolutionized special effects. And it was just a great movie. I mean, it's one of my favorite movies of all time, the original Jurassic Park.
I mean, first of all, it still holds up.
Yeah, I mean,
it's fantastic.
You watch the movie today and you're like, this still looks real to me.
Right. Yeah. Even beyond, obviously the story is great and that holds up. The message of man playing God is universal and timeless. But you look at the special effects. Jurassic Park, the original Jurassic Park, has better special effects 20 years ago than most movies do today.
That's true.
And just because the care and attention that Spielberg put into it and the mixing between the practical,
exactly, because you never knew what they were doing.
Mm-hmm. Because now it's like, oh, that's obviously CGI. Back then you'd be like, how did they do that? Mm-hmm. And that was kind of cool because it played into them actually seeing the dinosaurs. It was such a great synergy of behind the scenes and actual what the characters are going through.
And I don't know about you guys, but I enjoy the second and third one. Typically, if it's a rainy Sunday and I put on Jurassic Park, I'm going to follow it with The Lost World and Jurassic Park 3, the Sam Neill edition.
The Sam Neill edition. Yeah, I mean, of the two, I do prefer Jurassic Park 3. That's just because I prefer Sam Neill to Jeff Goldblum.
Well, yes. Jeff Goldblum is too strange to lead a movie.
I'm back. But
hide. I want to hide someplace high. That's the worst line in any movie ever.
I've probably seen I've probably seen The Lost World maybe twice ever.
What?
I've probably seen Jurassic Park 3 twice ever.
Yeah, I've seen them both twice, I think.
I've seen the original one 50 times. That's one of my favorite movies. It's one of my VHS tapes that I used to wear out when I was a kid.
That movie stands up, but we're really not talking about that more.
We're talking about Jurassic World. Now, was anyone asking for this movie, Jurassic World, Jurassic Park 4?
Well, my view,
I don't know. I wasn't.
My view was always they can keep making these, and I'll keep seeing them.
Of course, I think that's any Terminator. We'll get into that. But any of these franchises that we have an emotional connection to, we're gonna keep seeing them. So we are the captive audience.
So I mean, but as soon as I heard about it, I was like, yes, I'm excited about this. I love the plot line where it's they actually made it work and they put a lot of money into it and it's actually working.
I really like that idea. I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
Jurassic World is Disney World, obviously the stand-in, but yeah, I like if you're gonna you've done the park that didn't work Monster on the Loose thing already. So the next logical step is okay, it does work.
And now there are thousands of people there.
They take the Jaws 3 approach. You guys seen Jaws 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, where Jaws gets with Montel Williams. Is it Montel Williams? No, it's not Montel Williams.
It's not Montel.
Lou Gossett Jr.?
That's when he's in the aquarium, right?
Right, yeah. It gets inside SeaWorld, SeaWorld, Florida. So it's the same kind of idea there, although dinosaurs are much more dangerous than sharks.
Because you can, can't get away from them. Oh, I'm in the water. We're gonna get a pizza.
And yeah, when they feed the the megalodon shark to the Chronosaurus, man,
Yep.
it's like SeaWorld style.
No, it's not a megalodon. It's just a great white.
Yeah, that's your megalodon was prehistoric. But
Yeah, but no, and the whole visionary of this is like the most dangerous creature we can think of, and also this Spielberg connection, and we're gonna feed it to this guy who's
exactly
hundreds of times.
There's always a bigger fish, right?
Yep.
So,
Bringing it back.
I wonder if they're gonna bring back the Spinosaurus, because I actually really liked the Spinosaurus in JP3.
Agreed, but I think that they're probably going to just we have the T-Rex raptor
T-Rex.
bad guys.
You have a T-Rex? Say again.
T-Rex.
And then in the second one, who was the bad guy in the second one? It was the Raptors, even more so.
The dad from Inception.
What?
You know what I'm talking about? That's all I remember.
No, Pete Postlethwaite.
Yeah, he actually passed away a couple years ago.
I know he did, but no, I didn't. I meant like the bad. The first one, it was basically most of the Raptors. The second one, it was the T-Rex. The third one, it was like the Spinosaurus, whatever.
Spinosaurus.
And so now we've got. I think they're not gonna focus on those guys.
Well, yeah. Here's the concept. We're talking around it. So like obviously the concept is the park worked, right? It's 20 years later, but now people are getting bored with dinosaurs, and that's what people do. They're like, okay, show us something new, right?
Yeah.
So what they're doing is, we're going to genetically engineer our own dinosaurs, so it'd be a new attraction, And you could totally see corporations doing this to make money. So it's a great
Absolutely.
idea. So that is what they make something they shouldn't have. It gets out of control, and then that sets the whole plot into motion. And Chris Pratt is going to be the star, and I love Chris Pratt. I've been a fan of Chris Pratt since his Everwood days.
Yep.
Parks and Rec, he's amazing on that. I like that he lost weight. I like that he's our new action star. He reminds me a lot of like Harrison Ford when he was younger.
Everyman, he's just another day that he's
just a
over
dude.
It. Yeah.
He's just a dude. That's
he's not
all.
looking for all this crazy adventure. It's just something he has to do to get through his day.
Yeah.
That's what makes him great. So I think that's a great casting because Bryce Dallas Howard is in it. She looks like she's in charge of the park. She's the new the Samuel Jackson.
Hold on to your butt.
And I don't know who else is in this movie. Like
B.D. Wong, baby.
Oh, B.D. Wong, yes. Thank you for bringing that up. So B.D. Wong, who had a very small role in the original Jurassic Park, as Dr. Huang, I believe his name wasn't it?
Yeah,
I don't know, but I feel like
actually his name is Dr. Wong on SVU. I'm sure it's something else. He's like Jack Nicholson. He only plays characters with his own name. But
I feel like 20 years ago, his agent was like, "Do this part. They're gonna make 2 or 3 movies," and he saw the movies coming out, and he's like, "Where am I gonna be?" And then years later, he's like, "Yes."
Well, he was one of the main InGen scientists in the book. Like he's a much bigger role in the book than he did in the film. So it's great that they're kind of like capitalizing on that. They're having thank you so much for not rebooting it. I mean, it's a book franchise. What are you doing? So continuing it on, making it a sequel, but not like bringing back like Sam Neill and Jeff Goldblum just yet. Hey, if there's a sequel, I don't mind you bringing them back for that.
And I bet they're going to at least be in it a little bit. They have to be, right?
Well, not in this one. I think they're trying to get as clean a slate as possible.
That's a good point.
So and kind of get you reinvested in the park. Now, I think the one scene everybody's talking about is the one at the end with Chris Pratt on his motorcycle
with the Raptor posse.
Raptors. So
that was pretty cool.
So do you think he's like a Raptor trainer and they like work because they don't look like they're chasing him?
What I've heard is that he knows the raptors. He has a relationship with them, just like any person who deals with animals at a zoo. And they're not friends, but they deal with it. And
it's like dolphin trainers. Raptors are intelligent.
No, dolphin. I mean, the fact that dolphins won't eat you, but
Pirates of the Caribbean breaks down. The pirates don't eat the tourists. Such a quotable movie,
But
they're heavy, they're expensive. Put them back. See, we could just talk in Jurassic Park quotes the rest of the time, but
we could.
So I mean, I think
like lamb chops, kid. I'm sorry, I'm going to stop.
Stop.
Put the movie down. Anyways, they're. I think it's gonna be a great little relationship. It's interesting, something you haven't heard. What I've heard about the new dinosaur, I think the rumors is that it's gonna be T-Rex mixed with Velociraptor.
You know, it'd be more awesome if they mix T-Rex with Stegosaurus and then it look like Godzilla.
Go home, Zach. You're drunk.
Is that not what we've all been waiting for?
That's what you've been waiting for.
No.
Okay, or they mix it with a pteranodon and it has wings and looks like a dragon. Huh? Badass, right?
You know what? I'd be down with that.
Save it for the sequel, Zach.
So where do they go from here? Like this, I know they want to I see this as a great years later sequel like Rocky Balboa, right?
Or
something like
Brady
that.
Bunch Christmas.
Okay, stop.
No.
Where they understand, this is it.
It's a one-off.
Let's make it good. But
Yeah.
no, not the way Hollywood thinks. They're going to be like, oh great, the franchise is back. Let's make 2 or 3 more. Like what? How?
Oh, we didn't tell you about the other park on Isla Sorna?
Site B. Yeah, Isla Nublar and Isla
That's
Sorna.
it.
Yeah, I know.
Isla.
Isla. Oh, well, the S is silent.
No.
The S is silent.
Isla. Like Isla Fisher?
It's a good way to remember it. So yeah, this is actually Site A. We're back on the original island.
Yeah.
You know, I forgot the director's name, like Connor something with a T. But he actually has a Twitter account, and he was posting some pictures of Jurassic Park or Jurassic World, and he took a picture of the East Dock sign that Nedry knocked over.
Yes.
And it's covered in like all these ferns. I'm like, oh man, are they going to finally go back to the can of Barbasol? Because I know because we all thought that was going to be the key to the sequel after we saw the first one, and then of course they're expired, right? Then they have like a 48-hour refrigeration limit. I mean, there's nothing to do with it. But I think it'd be funny if like, and I can totally see him doing this, like Chris Pratt and the team, like they're walking through the desert and he trips on something. He's like, "What is this?" And it's the Barbasol can. That would be so awesome. Like I would.
It's like
4 stars right there if this movie does that.
That would be cool.
They're just like, God, litterers. Because I feel like he's going to be a character that has more of a relationship with the animals than with other people. That's what it kind of looks like to me.
I agree. Yeah, and that's
I see that
good.
coming.
You haven't seen that yet in Jurassic Park. You know.
Will we see Chris Pratt riding a dinosaur? Is what I'm asking.
What were those? I had some toys, and it was like Dinobots or something with like people riding cybernetic dinosaurs when I was a kid. You guys know what I'm talking about?
No, that was a figment of your imagination.
I'm pretty sure. I'll have to look
but really,
it up,
in a world where I have ridden an elephant, okay, and in that world, is there not a place where you can ride? What would be a good animal to ride?
the Gallimimus. Gallimimus.
Or a Triceratops? Like, could you see? Like, if you
No. Would you ever ride a rhino, Lance?
Hey,
no.
They seem pretty docile unless they were sick.
Let me think. Well, you'd ride a. You sure as hell wouldn't ride a Stegosaurus.
No, hell no.
I'm thinking Brontosaurus, but that's kind of big.
There are no Brontosauruses. Those are Apatosauruses. So I guess
You got me there.
probably an Apatosaurus because they're gentle.
Yeah.
You know, like an Ankylosaurus, it swings its tail and you're dead. You know.
Yep.
There's got to be huge. You got to sign some serious waivers if you're
No
going to
joke.
ride
Seriously,
a dinosaur.
I completely understand why they took a freaking lawyer on the first trip, because like this
Blood-sucking lawyer, not a frickin' lawyer. The blood-sucking lawyer.
No company would sign off on this.
It's like what?
'Cause you-
let me talk about that for a second. So like, is this the mom from like the T-Mobile commercials? Why is she sending her sons on a vacation by themselves when they're clearly under the age of 18?
Because it's
To go hang out with dinosaurs.
No, think about it. Think about going to Astroworld when you were a kid, okay?
By yourself?
No. This is going to cost a crap ton of money. And I bet kids get a discount. So she can't fucking afford to take herself. Seriously. It's like it costs $20,000 for an adult and $5,000 per kid.
Do you want to go
to
college or do you want to go see some dinosaurs?
Oh my God! If my parents had ever given me that decision.
Seriously, I think we've talked about this twice as long as we've talked about Star Wars. Actually,
Yeah.
Well,
I liked it.
personally,
I think we all liked the trailer. Am I right?
At this point, I think I've said this. At this point, I am more excited about Jurassic World than I am about Star Wars.
Oh, absolutely.
Which, in what world would that ever
In
happen?
Jurassic
But,
World, that's what world. You like the title, Force Awakens, by the way? Not to get too far back there, but
I mean, whatever. I mean, do I like Phantom Menace? Do I like Attack of the Clones? I do like Revenge of the Sith, but I mean, whatever. It's not the name.
yeah, Force Awakens, it's cool. That by the way, that was Andy Serkis, not Benedict Cumberbatch, as everyone thought.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's doing his Caesar voice, I guess. So,
Cool.
But anyway, so yeah, but Jurassic World, we're really looking forward to it. And that inspired, by the way, if I ever have a grunge band, I'm going to call it Star-Lord and the Velociraptors, based off that last clip. Because I think is that not a cool grunge band name? Come on.
No.
That band could headline Awesome Mix Volume 3.
When is that? That comes out next summer, right? Next June or something? So,
I think so.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2?
Jurassic World.
Oh, Jurassic World, next June 15th.
So, okay,
I think.
cool. I mean, yeah, right now, other than Taken 3, those are my two most
Taken
movies.
3?
Look, the government's after him, right? So, like, he's talking to Forrest Whitaker on the phone. I'm going to
Wait, whoa. You had me in Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah. So this is in the trailer. I'm not spoiling it. So they frame him for Jean Grey's murder, right? So they call him, and Forrest Whitaker's talking on the phone to him, and he's like, we're gonna have to bring you down. And Liam Neeson, he says, "Good luck," and he hangs up the phone. I'm like, oh, that's what the guy said to him in the first movie. Yep. Anyway, I had a fanboy moment. I'm really excited about that, and Jurassic World. So
you know what I'm excited about that's coming out next year? Terminator Genisys.
Yeah, spell check on that, by the way.
Agreed.
What?
Okay.
What is the? Okay, go ahead.
That is
Steve.
the dumbest spelling of that word.
Can we start the Terminator
Yeah.
talk?
So we all
First
watched the
things first.
trailer. We all watched the trailer. Okay, Steve,
And-
what did you think?
I loved it.
Okay,
I loved every single minute, every single second of it, except for the title. The title just turns me off.
I was very on the fence about it. What about you, Lance?
It's okay. It looks better than those set pictures that we saw the other day.
Oh, good lord!
That's the truth.
So this has me a little bit more optimistic than I was when I saw those pictures.
Not a Doctor Who in sight in the trailer, by the way, so that probably helps because he looked the most out of place.
Absolutely.
Firing his plasma gun.
Are you from Britain? What are you doing here?
So, Steve, you're probably of the three of us. You're probably the biggest Terminator fan. So why don't you take it away? What did you love about this trailer?
Well, first things first. I have been waiting for old Arnold Terminator. They explained it. It makes sense. He's got the actual flesh on him, so he can age. Whatever he was sent back to early, it's great. I love that he's got this relationship, like this father-daughter relationship with the new Sarah Connor.
Khaleesi.
Love that.
Khaleesi.
Yeah, Daenerys. And I love that they brought back the T-1000, who was far away much better than TX from the third one. I mean, okay, she technically was... she was best of both worlds, but T-1000, when you like, how could you beat this guy? I mean, he couldn't be beat. Mm-hmm. And then we had old Arnold versus young Arnold. You're like, oh yeah, you've got experience versus this, muscle, but they're both metal inside, so it really doesn't matter. And of course, I'm sure that Arnold has had the learning chip activated so he can actually learn. It's just exciting. I want to see where they're taking this. I feel like the more I see of this movie, I'm probably going to like it less. But right now, I love it. I mean, at the end when he says, "I'll be back," and you're like, okay. I mean, you knew that it was coming.
Yeah,
but you still felt something. You're like, okay, that got me more than I thought it was going to do. And then he jumps out of the air and he dives through a helicopter.
Anakin. Yeah.
But anyway, I'm excited about it. I mean, I've always loved those movies. Even the third one I liked. I know
the third one is a great comedy.
I mean,
I like the third one. I mean, it's not like the same quality as the first two, obviously, but I liked it.
It feels completely different, but it's good.
Yeah.
Well, Lance, what did you think of the trailer?
I thought it was okay. I'm cautious about this movie because I really like the Terminator franchise, and I was kind of let down with Salvation.
I love Salvation. Well, you didn't like it as much, huh?
I didn't like it as much. I mean, I liked it, but I didn't really like it as much. This one, I think, having Arnold in it, like, kind of puts it over the top. It kind of really feels more like a Terminator movie.
Absolutely.
I'm just kind of cautiously optimistic that this is going to be good. Because, like, you're watching the trailer, like, you see some things, and it's just like, well, that's going to be pretty bad. And then you see some stuff, and it's like, that's going to be really, really cool. So so with this, you kind of never really know. But I am interested to see what they decide to do, because we've seen, like pretty much everything we would expect to see so far from the franchise. Right. But I'm kind of interested to see what they're going to do right now. Well, since we have all this other extra stuff and we have this other media for it and we have all this other material, what are they going to do now? And so that's kind of what I'm waiting to see.
Well, I don't agree with like the concept with this film, like, because I really liked Salvation, so I just wish they would have made another one of those and ended it with sending everyone back in time and ending the whole thing,
because I think what Salvation, I think the whole point, the basis of Terminator is time travel.
Well, no, see, that's the problem. We've moved past time travel, in my opinion. Like, the first two were great. All right, the third one was just a bad retread of T2, and the fourth one, I'm like, thank God there's no more time travel. I thought we were over that, And then what is the first scene? Now, I've always wanted to see this scene in Terminator. Like, I wish they would have filmed it back in Terminator 2 with like Michael Biehn and they could have done it right. And then you truly could have ignored all the other movies because it would have been a self-contained story. So you finally get to see John Connor sending Kyle back in time, And of course we're on our fourth John Connor actor in 4 movies. So
third Kyle Reese.
And it's like, come on, I really liked Anton Yelchin as Kyle Reese and
Chekhov.
Yeah, Chekhov. Yeah, he was Kyle Reese. Did you know that?
Victor too.
To Sarah Connor. But Jai Courtney he's like the new Sam Worthington, which is ironic since they're both in the Terminator franchise.
Yes,
it's
they
like,
are.
He's boring.
Why are you in movies? I don't understand. Like the most generic action hero or wannabe action hero. So whatever. But I'm really happy you got to see that final scene, sending it back in time. You know, even the way they set it up, like, hey, she's gonna be helpless. You need to help her. Blah 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 blah. And then boom, he gets to the present, and it's just like it was in the 1984 Terminator. And then a T-1000 cop comes to kill him. Like, okay, do we have more T-1000s now? I don't get that. You know, why is there not another T-1000? You know, what's that about?
Well, I mean, what do you mean with that about? The T-1000 from the first one was a prototype, okay?
But yeah, but
for all we know, this
ended.
could be but for all we know, this could be the same T-1000.
This is not
just because. Why not? Because it doesn't look like Robert Patrick. He can look like anybody.
Yeah, well, why is it the same T-1000? Where did it come from?
I mean, the
I
machines
see
built
what
it.
you're saying. The timeline has changed.
Yeah.
So instead of being sent back to when he was 10 or whatever.
I mean, something's.
How old is John Connor in Terminator 2? Like 10 or 13? I think they got some serious continuity problems with that, by the way.
Something like
Because
that.
I didn't call people a dipshit when I was 10 years old, but you know,
Yeah, but he lived a hard life. He was in the system,
hanging out with his best friend from Salute Your Shorts.
Foster kids are, you know, they have a hard life. But okay.
Thank you, Annie.
So the
Hard
point
life.
is that every movie, the timeline is changed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
And
see,
so it
I
makes
saw the
sense
first
that
two
in this
movies as like a self-contained predestination paradox.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
Because in because it okay.
Get it out.
Kyle Reese was always John Connor's father.
Correct. So it was
Okay.
a predestination paradox.
So even in a world where the Judgment Day was going to happen in 1997, Kyle Reese was always going to go back in time.
Right, and that first Terminator is how they built Cyberdyne in the first place. That's a great predestination paradox right there.
Yes.
I love
Okay.
that.
So that one is self-contained, but once you get into the second one,
Because they destroy all the
they
ships. Those are the
they
problems.
changed the timeline by sending back the T-1000. Okay.
Well, I don't know.
Because if the T-1000 was never sent back, then they would never send back the good Arnold, and he would have never gotten Sarah Connor out. They would have never destroyed
Cyberdyne.
Cyberdyne and all that kind of stuff, so that it would never have been pushed back. Okay, and the third one, they find. I mean, then the third one's more obvious. Okay, they send back the TX, and
Well, Judgment
they
Day was
change the
supposed to be
timeline.
1997, and then it's 2003, and the Arnold
Yeah.
was like, Judgment Day was inevitable. So
Yeah, and so TX was sent back, and now she's killing all the people, and so they changed the timeline again. So the fact that they're changing the timeline isn't something new at all. It's been happening in every single movie.
Well, this is okay, but this is overriding past events. Like it was always changing stuff forward. You know, like none of the other movies. Like what this is Star Trek.
That's right.
This is Star Trek 2009 for Terminator.
Absolutely, and I
Arnold
love
is
that.
Spock.
What I'm hoping, my only problem with this trailer is not really the trailer. I love the trailer, but you know, you see all these pictures of all these other people like Jai Courtney and the Doctor Who,
Doctor Who. Exactly. Well, I don't know who he's playing.
David Tennant. Okay, and it's
It's not David Tennant. It's the other one. It's
it is the other one.
Matt
isn't it?
Smith. Yeah.
Matt Smith. I'm sorry.
Boom.
and
Doctor Who.
they they seem out of place. What I'm thinking, or at least what I'm hoping, is that because if you have too many people in the present, if you will, that's going to be too convoluted.
Well, that's what happened with Sarah Connor Chronicles. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we had people coming back like every week. It was-
What I'm hoping is what will happen is that okay, you've got the present timeline, which involves Kyle Reese, Sarah Connor, and Old Arnold, and they're fighting off a T-1000. Okay, and then you have at the same
More
time,
Days of Future Past. Yeah.
basically, yeah. So at the beginning of the movie, you see Kyle Reese being sent back. Okay.
But you keep cutting back to the future,
And you see them trying to fight to get to the machine that can send someone back in time because they don't have that technology. That's the machine's technology, right?
right. Well, that's the first. That's going to be the first act of the movie or whatever.
Yeah.
They send it back. Yeah.
Well, and that could very well be the case. But what I like it to be is see it side by side, so they're both fighting, right?
Yeah, that
Side
would be
by-
cool.
But you can't start the set. You can't start the second story until they get to the time machine.
No, because they're going side by side. So,
Oh, like
in the
it ends-
future,
oh, I
future,
see, I see.
all these people are, including John Connor, all this, they're fighting towards to get to the machine's time machine.
So they end.
But-
They climax at the same time. I get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a cool idea, but I think it's way too like intelligent for them to do.
It could surprise you.
I disagree, and I think if they did that, they can pull it off. But if what you're saying is true, which again it could very well be, and who knows, probably is that the first thing is all in the future? I don't know. I mean,
I don't know. It's weird because once again, was anyone asking for this film? Much like Jurassic World.
I mean, I'm again. I thought that it was dead, but after Salvation happened, Salvation just didn't really do it for me. I mean, I liked the movie, but I was like, this is not what I want. I want Arnold Schwarzenegger
same here.
I'm completely
shooting people with big ass guns.
Like, I think we've gone past Arnold. Like I think, and I was talking to Nancy about this in our discussion thread earlier. Like I think there was a big, much like Indiana Jones, there was a big window in the '90s, to make more Terminator, more Indiana Jones films, and they didn't. Okay, so you know what?
No, they did make the Terminator movies.
Well, they made Terminator 2, and Terminator 2 was 1991. Terminator 3 was 2003. Okay, like you had all this time to make in my ideal universe, right? They would have made T3, okay, but it would have been human Arnold Schwarzenegger versus a robot Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like Arnold is like a person or a resistance fighter or something, right? A human being.
But you're getting that.
You're like, it's gonna be for like a minute. Like, you're going to get CGI 1984, just like it was in Salvation. You get him for like 2 minutes because it's way too expensive to do that for the whole movie. And then old Arnold just kills him. And then the team went... Like, if they would have made old 1984 Arnold the villain throughout the whole movie, that would have been something.
That would have
been
cool.
Instead, it's like, here's Asian T-1000, So, I would like... If you're going to do something unique, Arnold versus Arnold, we haven't seen that, And you're going to see it for like 2 minutes in this movie. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm just saying, like... I feel
they should have done that in the second one.
Arnold is old now. Arnold is old, and it's I give them credit for finding a loophole to make him be old. But I mean, he's not. Obviously, they can't kill him at the end of this movie like they did in all the other ones because then he can't be old anymore.
Yeah.
So he's gonna survive because this is a trilogy. But Salvation was a planned trilogy too, and we saw how that turned out. So I don't know. I just feel like
he is gonna die.
I feel like we're past Arnold. I feel like we don't need to keep going back to Arnold. Like, we need to move on.
Well, I think that in a world where this is going to be the first of maybe a trilogy, having him die because he died at the beginning of 1, 2, and 3. Having him die at the end of this movie would be like, okay, it's a new world. We don't have Arnold. We've got Kyle Reese and Sarah Connor, and they're actually in the present and they're living, and she's pregnant, and so the second one is them, and they're together, and they have John Connor. Although, honestly, I feel like they shouldn't even make that movie. But I know they will, because you can't have a movie called Terminator Genisys and not have a sequel.
It's the last one.
Yeah.
Terminator Revelation will be the last one.
Terminator Synthesis. Terminator Exodus, maybe?
Terminator Genisys, Terminator Saturn, I believe, is the sequel. All right.
Terminator Deuteronomy.
All right, that's enough, Steve.
Numbers.
It's weird. I think we've successfully talked longer about each trailer. Although Star Wars is like the most important, we're like, well, it was so short. There really wasn't much to say.
Well, it was a trailer. When the
teaser, yeah.
The teaser. When the trailer comes out, I think everything's going to change.
We have a full hour-long discussion about Star Wars, frame-by-frame analysis.
Every second has a minute.
You kidding? I'm not kidding. That's exactly what we'll have to do. Terminator was actually, for what it was, a good trailer.
It was a better trailer than Star Wars was.
Star Wars
probably won't be a better movie.
Star Wars was just images. Images and unfamiliarity. The great
thing it's a teaser.
Well, yeah, but I mean, there's no familiarity there. These last two, like Arnold. Oh wow, Arnold. We love Arnold.
Exactly.
We want to see Mark Hamill. In Star Wars,
the Terminator trailer had what I wanted to see in it, like that Star Wars did not.
Right. Exactly. And then Jurassic World. I mean, it's the park. It's the dinosaurs. I mean, it is what it is. There's no. I didn't see BD Wong. So yeah. But other than that, yeah. So I wish the Star Wars trailer, ironically, was more like the Terminator trailer. So it's just a strange way they all kind of connect. But I mean, these are all huge pillars of our childhood. So we're gonna see all these movies, despite what our first impressions are. You never know. I mean, the Green Lantern trailer looked like it was gonna be a great movie, and it was garbage.
Yeah, it was.
And I'm trying to think of a movie that had like a bad trailer, but then the movie was actually good. But that's hard because like the whole point of trailers are.
That was all movies back in the day because good trailers weren't around.
That's true. Like pre 1995, I think every movie had a horrible trailer. Like you ever seen that first Batman trailer? That's like 90 seconds long. There's like no music until the end, and it's just like random clips, stuff.
Not good.
It's true though. You should just play. I'm an editor by trade, so trailers are kind of my thing. So I appreciate a well-made trailer. I'd say they all did their job. I mean, we're talking about it, aren't we? So I
Yes.
mean, I just expected. Bottom line, I expected more from Star Wars. I expected more from J.J. Abrams. Because even the Star Trek trailers that he's done, or the Super 8, or hell, Mission Impossible 3, right? Where's the rabbit's foot?
Yeah.
When you have a property like Star Wars, why are we walking away from this being like, oh man, I can't wait to see Jurassic World and Terminator Genisys? But as Star Wars, we'll wait and see for the next one. The excitement level. If the purpose of a trailer is to ramp up your excitement, then Star Wars totally failed, in my opinion. So,
I mean, I disagree. I mean, I think that it got me excited. It just didn't have a lot of content because of the teaser. I mean, the whole like I don't even remember the line. But like, it's something.
There's been an awakening.
Mm-hmm. And then when the Highlander chops off his head. That's the quickening. Never mind. Anyway, no. and no, but I mean, it was like, okay, I'm intrigued, but I think that all they had to do, like the difference between us saying and you guys saying
Mark Hamill.
No was just Mark Hamill at the end.
Jedi
I think if they had
Master
just
Skywalker, yeah,
shown him, it would have been like, oh, I'm excited now. I'm excited now. You did it. You did it, J.J. Abrams.
You're right. I mean, when they have the full, because it's a year out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So when we get we'll get a real probably in May or something. Probably Age of Ultron. I'm
Probably.
sure they'll attach it there, and of course we're all going to see that. So,
Eh.
you're not going to see Avengers 2. Have you been keeping up with the Marvel movies? By the way, I don't even know.
I have actually. My favorite movie of this year was Guardians of the Galaxy.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you seen Birdman?
Yeah.
And you like
Birdman's
Guardians
great.
of the Galaxy better than Birdman?
I put them in different categories. I mean, how can you really even compare those two?
Well, they're both movies.
It's true.
Well, one's a film, I think.
That's true. One is a film and one is a movie. By the way,
Whatever.
you see Nightcrawler too. That's a great movie. Like that's probably my top 3 of the year. Are Birdman.
The only reason I would see
Gone
Nightcrawler
Girl,
is because I'm a big fan of Alan Cummings.
Yeah, they recast him with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
But no, those are my top 3. But of any of the superhero movies, like Captain America, Winter Soldier, that's better than Guardians. No offense to Chris Pratt.
I disagree.
Disagree.
Disagreement.
Where's Days of Future Past fit into there, Steve?
Days of Future Past is, I don't know. All I know is Guardians is first. But can you call that a superhero movie? I guess.
Guardians?
It was definitely the best science fiction movie of the year.
Yo, it's a hell lot better than Interstellar. That's for sure.
I didn't see Interstellar.
Neither of you guys seen Interstellar. I don't know. I've become a hater. Apparently,
You
that's
have.
what I do.
You have become a hater.
I don't hate the player, hate the game, boys.
What game?
Don't ever say that again. First of all, I think that you're I mean, you really inserted that fiefdom of nerddom where you just hate everything.
You do.
Like even things that you love your whole life. You're like Superman. Why isn't he wearing the pants? Stupid.
I love things that you loved your whole life. You hate. I'll have you know, I'm wearing a Kingdom Come Superman shirt right now, and I have a Superman mouse pad. So.
Yeah, but is it wearing pants?
Yes, he is Christopher Reeve, the one true Superman. It's because I have a high standard, man. I'm a production person myself.
You can't use that excuse. I mean, at some point, you just gotta step back and say, you know what? I enjoyed this as a film, like when I was a kid. Like if I really wanted to tear apart The Dark Knight Rises, it's really easy to do.
Oh, and
but
I do.
Yeah, but I look at it and I watch it and I say, this is freaking awesome. I like seeing Batman punch people in the face, and I got a lot of that.
He didn't do that enough,
Yeah,
so it was not.
Batman was in the movie for about 10 minutes, Steve. And it was a 3-hour movie.
Well, as long as there's Morgan Freeman in it, I'll see it.
Did you see Transcendence?
That's the second time you've asked me that today.
Did you see Lucy?
You know what? I didn't.
Those are the two most recent.
I have a baby,
Morgan
Zach. I don't have time to go see movies. I have to read about them on the internet. I'm being 100% truthful here. So, you know what? I read Transcendence and I read Lucy.
You haven't even seen these trailers, have you? You just read descriptions.
I read a Cliff Notes of the Cliff Notes.
Yeah, I didn't have time to watch the trailer, but I spent 3 hours reading all the comments about it, so I think I'm pretty well informed. Anyway, but yeah, trailers are fun. You know, it just to be honest, trailers are one of my favorite parts of going to a movie, which is good.
You know,
Yep.
Freaking takes about 15-20 minutes every time.
My
you see
brother, Brian, he is a stickler when it comes to trailers. First off, if he's like a minute late to the trailers, he's like, we're not going. I mean, he has to be like there 20 minutes early to make sure he doesn't miss anything. Also, he will not watch like a trailer, like, oh, the Star Wars trailer came out. I'm going to go watch it on my computer or on my phone or on my TV. He will not do that.
He'll go see it in the theater. He'll wait.
He'll wait till he says it in the theater. And so I convinced him, like, dude, you got to go see. There's all these different trailers, and I finally convinced him to do it because he has an 82-inch screen TV.
It's like in today you can stream an HD image to your TV. You don't need.
Did you hear what I just said? His screen,
inches?
82 inches wide. Okay,
so that's a real screen, like LED. Like it's not like a projection.
Yeah, no, it's real.
That's
and he has a great sound system. Like, use it.
Yeah, I need to get sounds. I need to get like a Bose speaker or something like that. I always just use my TV sound, but
yeah, I have it in my car.
Yeah.
Bose.
your car.
I do. It's true.
Car. I don't even know, but well, cool guys. Well, that's pretty much our take on trailers. Any last words on that?
No, I'm excited about all three of these movies.
Of course, we're going to see them all. I'll see them all opening night. Now midnight will be Star Wars Episode 7 is going to cultural freaking phenomenon. Like we were making a point to see that shit at midnight.
You know, and I've never seen a movie at midnight.
You didn't come with us to Episode 3?
No.
No, we snuck out of the band banquet to go see Episode 2.
Yeah. No, you know the story about me seeing Episode 3. I skipped the day that we got the award for perfect attendance.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, I skipped that day because I wanted to go see it with my then girlfriend, now wife. But no,
that worked out for you.
Yeah, and but I think I might, get a babysitter. Take off the Friday.
Absolutely, man. We got to see it together. We got to Nancy, whoever else we can get.
And I might dress up. Yeah, can we do that? I've never gotten to do that. I have to do.
Yeah.
I spent $150 on that lightsaber. Okay. I want to use it.
So yeah, no, we definitely need to see it at midnight, dressing up. I'm all out. Episode 7, this is it, man. Like after this, there's nothing unless they make a Batman Beyond movie with Tim Burton and Michael Keaton. This will be the last childhood dream realized. Episode 7. So I'm going all out for it, guys.
That's about to wrap it up our show. As you may have noticed, depending on how you're listening to this, we have a new format. We're sort of cutting out the big topics. We're just talking about news, current events, and we're on the YouTube now. Is that right, Zach?
Yeah, I think things going to catch on. So seems pretty popular with the kids.
So right now we're just going to stream audio over YouTube.
Audio. We were going to upload a file.
Whatever. we're gonna put it on a floppy and put it on YouTube.
Have you seen the episode of Arrow where Laurel asked Felicity to do something? She's like, can't you Google his phone or something? She's like, don't you mean ping his GPS? That's what you sound like.
The point is that you can go to YouTube now. We're eventually possibly going to do video, so you can look at Lance, which I know all our lady fans are wanting to do, and maybe he'll whip out his trombone, play us a little note or two. Wah, wah, wah.
Okay.
We wanted to come back on the right note. The Star Wars, The Force Awakens, and we're back too. We have reawakened. So we're back with that. We'll be on YouTube. We'll be on Twitter. All that good stuff. We're not going to be in iTunes anymore, mainly because iTunes, at least for now, because iTunes costs money, and we don't have it to spend. So YouTube is free.
Screw Apple, love Google.
Exactly. Actually, I'm recording this on a Mac. So
no, well, screw you. But what this also allows us to do with the YouTube channel is have us individually come up and just talk about a little topic for maybe 15 minutes that is important to us when we can't all meet together.
Absolutely.
And hopefully we'll be able to do more frequently. I would like to point out that Nancy isn't out of the group. She's just not here tonight. But hopefully next time we meet, or not meet but talk, she'll be a part of it because she is a big part of this podcast.
She is the fourth Beatle, as they say. So.
No one says that. The fifth Beatle is the line.
Oh.
Yep. And that's Kevin McHale. Everybody knows that.
No. She is the best. She is Pete Best. Anyways, that's all for tonight on Nerds Planet All. Come listen to us next time. We don't break the news, but we do break it down. See you guys later.
Wait, okay. Oh, we don't break news, we break it down. I like that. That should be our new. Fine. Fine. No slogan anymore. All right. So.
Well, we have to have a slogan,
What
a
is
motto. Be prepared. Do a good deed.
I think that's taken.
No, actually, it's not. That's the motto. The slogan is "Do a good deed."
No good deed goes unpunished.
Yeah, it does.
Absolute power corrupts absolutely. A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush.
Stop. Let's close the show.
A bird in the bush is worth. A hand in the bush is worth.
Wow, I'm gonna save that for the blooper reel. Oh, good lord.